Welcome to Toy Business Unboxed, your gateway to the secrets of the toy industry. Here, Jason Shea, a toy entrepreneur and expert in the field.
Every product we develop is really inspired by some of the real life experience that we have with our son.
60% of all toys last year were sold on Amazon, which is incredible.
Be passionate about it because it's a road, it's a journey.
Like when you have an idea that you think is like gonna somewhat like change the world, make things better, I'd say go for it.
We'll guide you through the enchanting world of toy design, marketing, and manufacturing. Now let the unboxing begin.
Hello, hey, sorry, I'm having some technical difficulty with our podcast today. So welcome to another episode of Toy Business Unboxed. Today, I'm thrilled to have Jordan, the founder of Omnie Integrated Services, with us, and he's going to talk a little bit about his background and how he's helping the e-commerce industry, revolutionizing the customer support using AI and automation. And we'll be also talking about some of the latest trend in customer support and advantage of outsourcing versus having an in-house customer support team, and how is their company's unique approach can really help the e-commerce business or toy businesses not only satisfy the customer, but also drive additional revenue. So thank you so much for being on the podcast today, Jordan.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Jason. Excited to chat through all things customer service.
Yeah, so I guess let's start off with talking about why do you even start this company to begin with? What was your background?
Yeah, so I've been in the customer service industry for over a decade. I've managed large teams globally on 5 different continents. And I noticed that the outsourcing industry was not keeping up with technology. They were simply providing phone and email support. And these large call centers typically share agents, or they're shared agents that work on multiple programs. So the experience was always poor. I think we've all had poor experiences with outsourced teams in the past. And so I saw an opportunity to run towards technology and provide an experience for customers and merchants that elevates the customer journey, reduces costs, and drives revenue growth. This was a foreign concept to the large call centers that have been around for decades. So when we first started years ago, we were supporting every industry: healthcare, finance, hospitality. And we found that when you cast a really wide net, your solution can be missing important features that each industry may require. So yeah, we kind of focused on e-commerce. It seemed like a natural fit for us. These businesses often run very lean, used to outsourcing other aspects of the business like logistics, marketing, website design. So why not customer support? And so our focus on e-commerce helps us, ensure that our management team, our tools, and the entire program is perfect for e-commerce brands.
I see. And how long has your business, what year do you establish this business?
2020. So I've been in the industry a long time, doing similar, working in, with similar companies, but Omni's been around for a little over 4 years.
Oh, so you started during COVID. How was that? How was that?
Yeah. I mean, it actually was perfect because if you look at the number of Shopify stores opened during COVID, it was a massive increase. And with people working at home, it's tough to establish an office and hire team members when you're stuck in your home. So we were a great fit for brand new businesses that were ramping up, looking for a low cost solution, and then they can focus on growing the business.
Of course. Yeah. Okay. So what kind of a recent trend that you have been noticing, especially in the e-commerce space, using customer services to drive additional revenue?
Yeah. So e-commerce is evolving rapidly, and customer service historically has been considered an expense. Businesses think, it's just a department that increases our expenses. But if it's strategically implemented, customer service is a revenue driver. So some really exciting trends I've noticed is personalization at scale. So customers expect personalized experiences. So not just large banner pop-ups on a store, but something that's a little more tailored to them. So
Yeah.
by leveraging data and AI, specifically e-commerce brands can tailor recommendations, offers based on individual preferences. So think of how Netflix recommends shows based on your viewing history.
Yes.
E-commerce brands can do the same with product recommendations, leading to higher conversion rates and AOV when they're that specific. And then, customers want to interact with brands seamlessly across whatever channels they're comfortable with. So social media, chat, email, phone, whatever that might be. So if a customer starts a conversation on Instagram and continues it through email, the service should be seamless. So companies like Zappos do a really, really great job at this. And this kind of positive experience can really.
Zappos is actually one of my favorite company. You know why? Their previous CEO is also Taiwanese. He has the same last name as me, Tony Shea, same last name.
Yeah.
They're
known for fantastic customer service. Those guys.
I was very sad when the CEO passed away. He was a really wonderful entrepreneur. So.
Yeah, really great. Yeah, and chatbots can also be used to drive revenue. So AI if you have limited hours for live support, AI can provide instant support and handle common queries, freeing up agents for more complex issues. So chatbots can assist with order tracking, product information, and even style recommendations when they're live on your site shopping.
This is something I was talking to some of my e-commerce entrepreneur friends. Some of my friends actually use Gorgeous, which is a pretty well-known customer support software.
Great partner of ours. Perfect for e-commerce brands. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's actually my next question. What software are you currently using when you help other e-commerce business with the customer support? Do you use Gorgeous, sounds like?
Yeah, Gorgeous is our preferred partner for any Shopify brand. So there's a lot of competitors on the market.
Yes.
Hundreds to choose from, and a lot of those CRM platforms, they cast a really wide net. They support every industry pretty well. Gorgeous, they're specialized is e-commerce. So every tool, every feature that they release is perfect for Shopify customers. And their chatbots, their AI tools, fantastic. I mean, the best time to convert somebody that's on your site is while they're actively shopping. So if they have one question and they're close to purchasing and it's midnight on a Saturday, getting them a quick answer, whether it's through AI or through a human, will help them convert while they're actively shopping versus using a contact form. You get back to them on Monday and hope that they come back to the site. So that's really important. Even just being quick on the responses can really drive revenue. And we track all of this through reporting. So you can see when a customer.
Yeah, that's actually a problem I have with Gorgeous. Some of their dashboard data is not accurate.
So what data?
Issue with the dashboard for the past couple of months. So
Oh no, we've always had great experiences with the reporting, especially the revenue reporting, where you can see when somebody chats with an agent and then goes on to make a purchase during that session, recorded as a conversion. So you can really see ROI by having a great customer service program quickly.
They rolled out a new dashboard a couple months ago, and that new one, our team couldn't get it to work. The numbers wonky, doesn't work. We need to switch to the old view, then it's working.
Happy to help you with it. We've always had great experiences with the reporting.
Yeah, and actually, this is actually one of the questions I have now. We just have this discussion. A lot of the people I work with, a lot of their revenue is predominantly on Amazon. They do a little bit on Shopify, but not that much. So my question is, how many tickets per month that you think the e-commerce entrepreneur need to have before they even consider to go to someone like you for like additional customer support? Because if they only have like 10 tickets a month on Shopify, they can do it themselves, or just some other VA. They don't need a full-time person or a company like yours to really take over that process yet. Do you have like a recommended like a threshold for e-commerce businesses to even consider to hire a company like yours?
Yeah, we work with brands of all sizes. So some of our programs are part-time agents, so half an agent a day, so 4 hours a day, weekdays. to some of our partners with 50, 60, 70 full-time agents. So, you know, where we typically partner with a brand is when they're scaling up and there's a lot of people working on tickets on the side of their desk. And then they're deciding whether they want to bring that in-house or outsource to experts, bring on technology and focus on growth. So that point where you decide to work with a customer service agency, it really depends on your time, right? I think once you have 20, 30 tickets a day, that's enough for a part-time agent of 20 hours a week. And that's a question we get a lot is, oh, I'm doing this myself. I can do this in 3 hours, 4 hours a day myself. You can, but you're trying to run a business. Do you want to work in customer service, or do you want to focus that time on marketing and product development?
So that's a very valid point, and that's actually a perfect segue to my next question. What are the key advantage of outsourcing the customer service compared to just maintaining it with an in-house team?
Yeah, so I mean, the first one is cost efficiency. Running an in-house team can be expensive due to salaries, benefits, training, infrastructure costs. So outsourcing, companies can save on these expenses. Like for instance, many businesses find that outsourcing to specialized service providers like us can save them up to 60%. So, and then they can allocate these resources, especially if they're growing, to other critical areas of the business. And then for us, a big one is scalability and flexibility, like we talked right before we started the podcast here. E-commerce businesses, 99% of our partners notice seasonal spikes, which can be difficult to manage in-house. Businesses need to fluctuate. So does the demand for customer service. So outsourcing allows companies to scale support up really quickly. So September, October, our partners are calling us and saying, we need to increase the team size 50%, 100%. And then come mid-January, February, we can scale back with just a couple of weeks notice.
So, because a lot of the customer Q4 is a big season for majority of the e-commerce businesses unless you sell like summer product, I guess. So
exactly. Yeah. And then, I mean, outsourcing also, so aside from cost efficiency, it's also great when you have a partner like us who focuses on customer service, where we're the experts. We understand the technology, the AI, and the management of a team. Whereas the people that we work with are likely business owners or product experts, right? They don't necessarily want to be in the weed of building AI tools.
Go ahead.
No, and then just lastly, like we talked about prior, is multilingual support. So we can support any global language through phone and through digital channels as well, which can be tough.
You also have Japanese rep.
Yeah, we can support any global language. So through digital channels, we most often use automatic translation tools, translate.com.
For Japanese, I actually prefer a Japanese speaker. Do you have a Japanese speaker on your team?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So for voice channel, we need native speakers because the AI, I don't feel is there yet for that. And we're all about customer experience. We don't want to sacrifice the experience to save $1 on AI tools if they're not up to par. But for digital channels, yes, we can hire native speakers anywhere in the world. For a more cost efficient approach on digital channels, we do have great translation tools that translate instantly both ways.
Sure, translation is easy. It's the voice support. It's not quite there yet. So and
absolutely.
I also want to go back to one of the points you mentioned is a lot of the e-commerce entrepreneur I talk to, everyone treat customer support as an expense, not a revenue driver. So you talk about, you kind of mentioned like how like a well-executed customer support strategy could potentially actually impact the company's bottom line. But can you give us some example on how you have done that before with other client of yours?
So imagine this: you're browsing an online store, and then suddenly live chat pops up with a spot on suggestion for you. So it's not just convenient, but it almost seems like somebody's actively there, personally providing you that recommendation. So we don't just stop at quick responses with customer service. We take it further with smart conversion campaigns through that live chat widget, which makes it different than a lot of the just general banner
So
ads
do
that
you
build.
monitor like time on page or like other
Yes.
stats on the website to decide
Yes.
when to kind of open that chat window and have a more direct approach and just asking
Yeah.
them how we can help and all that?
Exactly. So if you've landed on a site and you get the pop-up that says, "I'm here if you need something," this is 3 levels above that. So we use data like where the visitor is from, what they've bought before, their cart value, to craft hyper-personalized
Oh, whoa.
recommendations. So
Okay,
a
that's
few examples of this, we work with a UK-based shoe company. They
Yes.
sell internationally.
Yes.
So when a UK customer specifically adds shoes to their cart, the chat will pop up and say, "It rains 170 days a year in the UK. Don't forget the shoe protection kit as well." And
I love that.
and
Okay.
yeah, it's a good
I
one.
love
And
that.
then there's an
That's a
add
good
to
one.
cart button directly in the chat widget, so they
Yes.
can just add that. So that's personalization
Oh, wow.
at its
Okay.
best.
Okay.
And then
Okay. Yes.
for customers that another couple campaigns we find really successful is when a customer is close to getting free shipping and they're in their cart, and we determine that they're exiting based on just being below the free shipping threshold. Chat
Yes.
pops up and says, "Hey, where are you going? Here's free shipping," and they'll gravitate back to convert. Since we're on, the toy business podcast here, a great what we do with a toy brand of ours is they have bundles of toys. So when somebody adds a single toy to the cart, it'll pop up and recommend a bundle where that
Bundle of
animal is
different toys.
included,
Yeah.
and try and get them to increase that
Yeah.
order value. So with a recent partner we onboarded, we saw over 35,000 in revenue in just the first month through really complex chat campaigns. So those are just some examples. So over and above just time on page.
Yeah. So it's super like you say, hyper personalized, and also you sync it with the customer data. But how do you
Exactly.
know who is who when they're just visiting and they are not logged in? You ask
IP.
for their email, or you look at their IP. Okay.
Yeah, IP. So knowing who they are if they're not logged in, you're right, won't always be triggered because they're
Yes.
not always logged in.
Yeah.
Unless they're logging in to the checkout page and you have campaigns on the checkout page, we can we'll know then. Yeah.
Okay. And maybe they can also tie that to the royalty program. It's like, oh, you have like 20 royalty points with us. You can use it for the next order. Just trying to push them over the edge to maybe increase the car value as well. So
yeah, and you don't always need to give away discounts in order to convert visitors. So we use this on a partner of ours. They sell pacifiers, and when somebody goes to leave the page, a crying baby pops out, and it says, "Relief is only a click away." We both have children. We don't want to see a baby crying. So, we notice that customers gravitate towards the chat, ask a question, and then purchase after. So you don't always have to discount your products in order to have successful
that's a creative
campaigns.
marketing there. Very creative.
Yeah.
And I guess one thing I concern with as a e-commerce business brand owner myself is when I outsource customer support, how can I still maintain the brand voice and also the quality of the brand standard with an outsourced solution? Because we all hear those nightmare stories when you outsource, then all the quality went to crap, and it's not at the same standard that the brand want to have when they outsource some of their part of their businesses. How do you ensure that the customer support that you assign to the brand can still maintain the brand voice and the same standard?
Yeah, that's a crucial question, and what we hear quite often, especially with founders that are growing and they're nervous to have somebody else manage their customers. That's the lifeblood of their business.
Yes.
It's really important to them. So we hear this often.
Yes.
So maintaining brand voice and quality standards is essential for our partners. So every time we're onboarding, we do a deep dive into the brand. We understand their brand's unique voice, their values, and that's the foundation of delivering consistent, high quality support. We do in-depth workshops about their brand personality, values, and tones. And that's not just for the agent that's talking to customers. We also build this into the AI. So the AI tool talks like the brand as well and can be very, very, very unique. So it's not just kind of template copy paste responses anymore. That AI, it can be on brand
yes,
as well.
yes.
Yeah. And then We only have dedicated agents, so not shared pool. So they're not working
That's
with a
better
toy
too.
brand and a
Yeah.
waste management company and a sock company,
Yeah.
because it's really hard to maintain a unique
brand
brand
voice.
tone when you're working
Yeah.
with so many brands. And then that's where you get the really robotic copy paste
Copy
type
paste. Yes.
responses.
Yes.
And then the product knowledge is there. The client knows who is working with their customers.
Yeah, and there's also
so we make sure
contact
it's well
switching.
trained.
Sometimes you need to do the contact switching, and when you're working with so many different companies. So
Yeah. And then we always make sure that the agent feels like an extension of our partner's team. So
Mhm.
brand immersion is key. We encourage our agents to use the client's products, or we purchase products from them wherever possible. And this is firsthand experience, helps them better understand the customer's perspective and deliver more authentic and empathetic support. So we go far beyond just answering calls and emails in a big office full of cubicles, which is
Yeah,
hard to what you think of in these large call centers.
sure.
We want to make sure that the interactions reflect the brand's voice and meets the highest quality standards.
I see. And since you mentioned about AI, my next question is: how is your company currently leveraging AI and automation, or particularly using ChatGPT or other AI tool to enhance the customer service experience right now?
Yeah, fascinating topic. I love this stuff. People ask me all the time, "Are you worried about AI?" Because a lot of businesses in the BPO industry are running from automation. We're
Yes.
running towards it. So what we do is customers expecting quick, efficient responses. So
Mhm.
AI can handle, high volume of inquiries simultaneously. So customers are getting, instant responses to common questions. And so like very easy requests are, where's my order? Send me my tracking. That stuff is all really easy to handle by
Yes.
AI
Yes.
24/7.
Yes.
And with Chat GPT specifically, AI responses are more personalized than
Mhm.
ever. So even if a customer has asked previously about a specific topic, AI can tailor responses to reflect that interest,
Yes.
providing more engaging and relevant experience versus your classic article recommendations or template
So for
macro
your
type
AI, are you
responses.
using? I know Gorgeous also are launching their own AI right now. Are
Yeah,
you using their AI,
yeah.
or you have your own AI?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the program, but we are Gorgeous's AI transformation partner. So we are actively working with them on their AI tool.
Okay.
So, like I said,
Okay.
they're a great partner of ours for help desk solutions, AI solutions, and they're poised to make big leaps in AI for the foreseeable
So
future.
majority of
Yeah.
your services sounds like is email support, chat support. Do you also do inbound phone support as well?
Yeah, we can support any contact channel except Morse code and smoke signals. So we do phone, email, chat, WhatsApp, Google My Business, Amazon, Walmart, eBay. We can support any channel.
Oh, well, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Social media, all that kind of stuff. I'm too old for TikTok, but the kids love TikTok, and we can support even the TikTok shop as
Well, you
well.
can support while they are still here. They will probably be here for a few more months. How do we know?
and then yeah, just one more thing on how we're using AI is a lot of people think that AI needs to automate a response in full from beginning to end. That's
Yeah.
not necessarily the case. It's a productivity tool in the end.
Yes.
So like
Yes.
so it's there to support agents. So let's say for some of our more technical products, let's say the customer needs help with some basic troubleshooting, AI can
Yes.
help with conversational troubleshooting, and then if all else fails, escalate that to an expert. That's the way human agents focus on more complex issues. So when they get the ticket, the expert, they know that the basic troubleshooting has been done. They have
Yes.
everything they need in front of them to address the ticket and
Mm.
move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's also more effective that way too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So you talk about kind of personalization, AI, and other unique things that you offer. What other thing that you do as a company that set you apart in the industry? Because as we know, there's a lot of customer support company out there in the market.
Yeah. 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 So there's kind of two there's traditional hiring agencies that say, here's a bunch of people.
Yes.
You don't know them, you manage them, you train them, you deal with their turnover. So you're still pretty heavily involved in the customer service department. And
Mhm.
then there are tech companies, software solutions like Gorgeous, the Zendesk, Intercom, Drift,
Yeah.
all those guys. But then you're still responsible for building and maintaining and managing the platform.
Mhm.
And maybe you don't have bandwidth for that or interested in doing that at all. So what we
Sure.
do is we're everything customer service under one roof. So we
Okay.
handle everything from implementation, training, management of the CRM, the AI tools, but then we also recruit agents and manage the agents. We cover for any time off, sick days. So our
Okay.
partners can be as hands-on or as hands-off as they like.
I
We have
see.
some partners that want to chat monthly. We have some
Mhm.
partners that we haven't talked to in a year. They just say, Omni, you do the customer service, leave me alone. I want to sell my products, which is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's
That'd be
what
good.
we
Yeah.
want.
Of course.
We have a partner that, you know, e-commerce, super busy during Q4. I had
Yeah.
some questions for him. I couldn't get a hold of them in November and December. And in January, I'm like, I
Yeah.
said, is everything okay? And he said, oh, I was skiing in Switzerland in the busiest time of year. And I said, oh, fantastic. I love
Okay,
to
great
hear that.
plan.
That during his busiest time of year, he's enjoying the time off. So I guess we're everything under one roof. So
I
businesses
see.
can
I see.
focus on growth in the end.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to ask this question. If you don't want to answer it, it's okay. This
Yeah.
is the biggest questions. I mean, biggest elephant in the room. How much is it going to cost? Because as a business owner, we're especially e-commerce, we're running at very lean margin. Especially if
Yeah.
you're selling toy, we don't have that much margin for our toys. So
Yeah.
how do you charge when, let's just say, if I'm going to you and say, oh, Jordan, I need some help with my customer support. I'd like
Yeah.
to hire your team. What is
Yeah.
all the costs involved?
Yeah, so it's simply two costs. So there's an hourly cost for the agent, and that can be as low as $9, $10 an hour.
Okay.
But we can hire from any country in the world depending on your requirements. So
Sure.
if you really want a posh British accent and you want to hire out of London where they have 50 weeks of vacation a year, we can do that. That's a lot more expensive than
Yeah,
hiring from, say, Canada, Mexico,
I see.
Philippines, wherever that is. So the price varies by hour, but it can be
Okay.
under $10 an hour.
Okay.
And regardless of where that agent sits, the
Okay.
managers of the agent are located in North America. So they're on your time zone and
Oh,
you
okay.
don't have to worry about any issues with timing.
Very
And
interesting.
then we have a cost per automated ticket. So any ticket that could be
Oh,
automated in
very
full,
automated.
there's a cost there for, and it's as low as 60 cents a ticket. So you
Okay.
have just the hourly cost for the agent. If you're interested in automation, totally optional.
Yeah.
It's as low as 60 cents a ticket, which is about a sixth of the cost of having an agent handle
True.
that ticket.
Yeah.
And we build and maintain all your support technology, all the AI, so it's constantly improving over time.
Okay. That's
So it's
pretty
as black and
reasonable.
white as that. No hidden costs. Everything's month to month. No onboarding costs. No setup
I
costs.
see.
So I've been in the BPO industry a long time, and there's always, oh, a per minute cost here, or oh, you made a
Yeah,
change
there's a
here.
lot of
Here's a
hidden
bill.
cost. Yes.
None of
Yeah.
that. None of that
I
here.
see. I see. Cool. And a selfish question, because I run multiple
Yeah.
businesses. Besides the e-commerce business, I also run a digital marketing agency. Does your
Mhm.
company consider also do and provide outbound sales in the future?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll hire for any role since
Uh-huh.
we're dedicated to a brand.
Yeah.
What we do during the recruiting process is we take an agent profile from them. Most
Okay.
of the time, it's general customer service agent with experience in my industry.
I
But
see.
we also get really unique requests for personal assistance. We had a request recently for someone to help monitor the CEO's fitness goals. So, I mean,
I might need some
happy to
help
do
on
that.
that myself.
Not happy to, and what we do is happy
Okay.
to do that because we're taking a job description, we're hiring just for that role, not a
Interesting.
shared pool of agents.
Sure.
But yeah, we do have a few programs where we do BDR types outbound
Oh, you do?
sales, but
Okay.
yeah,
How
but
is the
even
success
data
so far with
entry.
the BDR?
Sorry,
How is the success rate with the BDR so far?
like how many kind of meetings they're booking?
Yeah.
We don't have access necessarily to their metrics,
Oh,
but our
okay.
customers are happy with their performance. But we're not always taken behind the scenes of kind of how much revenue they're generating. But yeah, we have some successful programs, and they keep adding team members. So I assume it's going well for them.
Mm-hmm.
We have also hired unique kind of project manager roles, things like that as well. So we can really hire for any role.
Okay, but you really specialize for customer support. That's your specialty, right? Majority of
Yeah.
customer support. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
got it. So as well, wrapping up in today's interview, thank you so much again for sharing your story and your expertise in the customer support field. My last question is like, looking ahead, what do you see as the future of the customer services and the customer support in the e-commerce industry going forward?
Yeah. I mean, I think the obvious one is the use of AI. So we have been heavily automating support requests for years. It's just the technology's been super limited. We haven't always loved it. With the release of ChatGPT for the last year, the more personalized AI is what people are going to love moving forward. So traditionally, chatbots are reserved. People think of chatbots as live chat, but we implement these tools across all channels, including channels that see a majority of requests, which is email for our customers. And so that's really the key. If only 10% of your customers use live chatbots, if they're just for chat, aren't going to see a ton of success. And what we find is pre-purchase questions come through chat most of the time. Post-purchase comes through email. And a lot of those questions are, where is my order? Give me my tracking. I want to return this item. Those are really easy to automate. And then AI, and AI can kind of handle these pretty well, but we can also develop really complex bot flows behind the scenes as well. But we also think that AI isn't going to support 100% of requests. There's always going to be a need for human agents for really serious issues. But more importantly, agents can now, instead of just trying to pump out as many tickets as possible, copy paste, here's your tracking, they can now focus on complex emotional and high stakes interactions, like focus on sales, converting site visitors, building genuine relationships versus just trying to pump out as many frequently asked question responses as possible. So it's not that AI is going to take the jobs away. The agents are just going to be able to focus on more revenue generating, more genuine relationships.
I agree with that. Volume. I feel like AI is not going to take job away, but it's going to enhance each one's output. So instead of one person working one job, one person can do output of two person in the past. So it's either you adapt or you get eliminated. And that's how I look
worry at it. Less. Or worry less about having to get customers off the phone. Like when I visited call centers around the world, it's you have 3.5 minutes to get the customer off the phone. Get them off the phone. When you're at 4 minutes, your supervisor's barking in your ear to end the call. That's not the kind of experience that we want to provide here. Our goal is to keep customers happy. If the customer wants to talk for 20 minutes on the phone, talk to them about their dog, whatever they want to talk about. But then you don't feel pressured to get them off the phone because you're not kind of pressured to get tracking information and FAQs out. So you can actually just provide great customer experience without the pressure. And that's our culture here, is a good customer experience over volume.
Quality over quantity. That's very important for sure. So, well, how can people find you if they want to talk to you and your team?
I mean, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or shoot me an email at jbrown@omniecsr.com. And so check out our website. We're OMNIE is the name here, and happy to chat with anybody that's looking for feedback on their customer service strategy, their AI tools. Happy to get on the phone and provide any feedback I can.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'll make sure I put that in the show note. So thank you again for the audience for tuning into this episode of Toy Business Unboxed. We hope you enjoy the conversation and find it insightful and inspiring. If you like what you heard, please make sure to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so you'll never miss an episode. We appreciate your support and love it if you can leave us an honest review and share the podcast with your friends or colleagues in the toy industry. For more resources, tip, and the latest update in the toy industry, please visit our website, www.toy-launch.com, and join the conversation and connect with us on social media using hashtag Toy Business Unboxed. We would love to hear your feedback and suggestion for future episode, so I can bring more wonderful guests like Jordan today to bring you the latest AI technology in different aspects of the toy businesses. But until next time, keep innovating, keep creating, and keep bringing joy through toys. This is Jason Shea signing off from Toy Business Unboxed podcast. See you in the next episode. Okay.